Brad Parker is a nice guy that everyone likes. He's like that big crystalline rock that everyone wants to own. That's almost what his friends would say if we asked them about their awesome friend. He's a very ambitious person. He didn't wait to travel the world. So just after finishing high school in 1996, he started by visiting several countries, including Indonesia, New Zealand, and other beautiful places around the world. He also practices sport, and he can even practice more than one sport at the same time. He just likes all types of sports. Brad followed his ambitions. In his 30s, he catapulted himself into the upper echelons of rock climbers, earning a cover spot on California Climber magazine in 2012. He even taught yoga. His enthusiasm left a good impression on people, even those who don't know him. But those who know him, especially the rock climbers, they knew him as an awesome climber. That's what Brad's best friend was quoted as saying. Surfers knew him as an awesome surfer, and yoga instructors knew him as an amazing yoga instructor. In June 2014, the 36-year-old Brad informed all his friends and family about Janie Dial, the girl he loves, and they were really happy for him. Janie and Brad had something in common, which is the same enthusiasm they faced life with. So after he informed his friends about her on Facebook, Brad decided to take his girlfriend, who manages an online store, to visit Yosemite National Park. But she didn't know about the surprise he had prepared for her in that park. He unveiled it on a Saturday morning climb to the summit of Cathedral Peak, a 10,912-foot mountain. And since they both have the same strong enthusiasm, they reached the narrow peak of the mountain. And with that beautiful view, Brad lowered himself to one knee and asked Janie to marry him. The moment after asking her to marry him and waiting to hear her answer was the hardest moment in his 40 years. And all the risks he faced in life, none of them made his heart beat that fast. The guy was so nervous. And after a moment, Janie said yes. Minutes later, as the two descended the mountain, Brad told her, "This is the happiest day of my life." And though Brad didn't know it, that moment of pure elation that followed the couple's commitment to marriage was the moment his life peaked. And because Brad is too ambitious, after reaching the ground, he wanted to climb another mountain. So Janie went back to the camp and he hiked to Mathis Crest, a big ridge just 3 miles away. And because everybody knows about the major climb he was training for, it wasn't unexpected that he left his fiancée. But as he hiked up towards Mathis Crest, other climbers saw him hiking. Cedric Ma, one of the hikers, told his friends that Brad wasn't dehydrated and had cramps, a thing that doesn't allow him to train in that big ridge. Then they kept watching him till he disappeared from the view. The fact that he was dehydrated, cramped, and tired didn't stop the awesome climber from climbing Mathis Crest. They watched their professional climber friend from afar, falling 300 feet from the top till he hit the ground. It was a shocking falling. They were truly shocked. They got speechless. Only silence spoke in that moment. The silence was not like the momentary one that followed Brad's proposal to Janie. This was the silence of death. Total and defeating, a finite sort of thing broken only by the park rangers when they hiked in to recover Brad's body. After removing his dead body from the park in the next morning, because it was late for the helicopter to extract it, they sadly informed his friends and family about his death. There was little solace to take in Brad's death, but still, as Brad himself would have done, his family and friends decided to turn the meaninglessness of his demise into something beautiful. They spread his ashes around the California coast. The funeral passed, and more time passed. Brad's friends decided to honor their friend in many ways, but the paddle out into Russian River mouth was the memorial service they did to honor Brad Parker, where his mother and Janie stayed and they mourned together. And when the wounds healed further, his hiker friends climbed Cathedral Peak, the place where he felt his one and last happiest moment in his life, the moment he proposed to Janie. Janie, whose wounds were still open, posted in a 2016 Facebook post a letter that she mentioned to Brad Parker, expressing her feelings with sad words, saying it's so bittersweet, so brutal, and yet so precious and true. She also said, "You not only live on in me, but continue to live on in others and give them life. And not only life, the great consciousness of life that reminds us what truly matters. You continue to give me life." And what an awful, stinging irony that is.